Hey guys. Hello. Hi. How are you? It's Sunday. It's the review time. How you doing? I was literally just on Mel's live downstairs, y'all. Y'all know Mel went live. I was down there trying to get ready for my live. Mel went live, so I went on for a few minutes. She was down there dancing, child. Mel was down there getting it. That's how you got to be, honey. Shake them haters and don't worry about them, okay? But yeah, we are here for another review of Love and Marriage Huntsville, okay? Thank you guys for joining tonight. Hopefully you guys hit the like button as you came in so that we will know you're here. Okay. Oh, who we got in here? Who we got? I see y'all. I see you. Let's go ahead and get into the show. All right. Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 6, Episode 17, okay? The title of this episode is Saw Lady Like, okay? All right, so the episode begins with Melody and Kiki at Kiki's house, where Mel is letting Kiki know that everybody's been reaching out to her and sending her information and videos about Kiki and the Crime Stopper situation, okay? So while Mel is telling her what's going on with the Crime Stopper situation, Kiki is shaking her head like, oh, Lord, not me. Like, what? No, Lord, not about me. They talking about me. Like, no, girl. Like, she just don't believe what's being said. So Melody then asks Kiki, does this Crime Stopper situation mean that Kiki is being accused of theft? Let me go ahead and play. So now this is something I'm going to start incorporating. I'm going to start playing the actual scene. So we're going to do that, okay? We're going to do that. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. All right, let's pull it up. We're going to play the scene between Kiki and Mel, all right? Give me 1 second. Oh, my God, there's so much going on. I've been still getting my show together for tomorrow as well, so yeah. All right, so let's find it. Shout out to Mel, Dr. I was going to announce it tomorrow, too, but some of you guys already know. But shout out to Mel, honey. Dr. Melody Cherie, okay? I absolutely love it, okay? Did I save it? I'm tripping, y'all. Ugh. Y'all forgive me. And I haven't felt so good today either. I almost canceled the live, y'all. I swear to God, I almost canceled. I said, no, I'm not going to do that because I don't want my people to be disappointed in me because they've been waiting all damn day for this damn review. So we're going to get on in here and make it happen, Captain. Okay. I thought I saved it. But anywho, let's just talk about it. Moving on because I got some more clips I'm going to play. All right. So Mel asked Kiki, does the Crime Stopper situation mean that Kiki is being accused of theft? Okay. Mel also says that people are asking, is Kiki's recent situation with Crime Stoppers good for the brand? Okay. Because y'all know that Tiffany was pretty much saying that she didn't want to be around Kiki because, it may tarnish her brand being around her with this negative situation going on with her. So Kiki then says that, am I accused or convicted? And Mel kind of looks puzzled like, wait, what? Like, what are you talking about? So Mel, then Mel then goes on to say, are you accused or are you, hold on, I'm sorry, y'all. Says, are you accused or are you convicted? So Kiki goes on to say that she is accused, okay? So then Kiki goes into her confessional and she says that she really thought that she and Tiffany put their differences behind them. She says, but she's totally surprised that Tiffany would think the worst of her, okay? Kiki also says that when it's all said and done, that she's going to be vindicated in court. And she expects all the haters to bow down and make up for it. Okay, so she's going to be looking for an apology from people saying that she is guilty of this. Okay, she's saying it's not her. She's still sticking with her story of saying that it's not her. Okay. Now, Kiki tells Melody that she can't discuss the Home Depot incident at all because she has a lawyer who is handling it. And she also says that she's not worried about the situation. Okay. So Melody says, so it was you in the video. So she's trying to get Melody's trying to get her to answer her in terms of if it was her in the video. So Kiki says, I cannot confirm nor deny if it was me in the video. Okay. So Melody kind of looks at her like, what? Like, what do you mean? All right. Moving on. So Kiki then says that she gets how people are going to or people going to say that she relapsed. Okay. She says, no, I have not relapsed at all. She says, and I actually feel good and confident right now. Okay. So then Melody actually tells Kiki, she says that I want you to know that you have my support. Okay. You have all the support you need in me, and anything that you need, I'm here. Okay. That's a good friend. So Kiki then says that Mel, she says that you were the first person to call me about this. She says that Tisha was actually the last person to call me. All right. All right. So then Melody was like, for real? So then Melody tells Kiki, she says that you got to remember, she said that you are still getting back onto the same page with Tisha, with everything that you guys have been going through. She says to expect this super concerned cousin, she says, is really the wrong expectation. Okay. And so Kiki then goes on to say that that's what they mean when they say stop expecting. She says that you got to stop expecting things from people, because they're not going to always give you the expectations of what you're expecting. So I don't know. She says that that's how I would be. She says, if Tisha ever needed me, she says that I would just jump up and be there. Okay. And that's the problem. You jumping up for people that's not there for you when you need them the most, but they do find time to talk about you. Okay. And start mess. So then Mel then goes on to say that she says that when all the stuff was happening with her mom, and Marceau, she says, did you call her? She says that it was all over social media. Okay. So then Kiki says that I don't feel comfortable calling her about anything about Marceau, period. All right. So then Melody goes on to say, she says that it's one of those things where both of you are rebuilding. She says, don't take everything to issue. All right. So she's just kind of encouraging Kiki. All right. All right, so then Melody goes on to say via confessional, she says that in regards to the issue between Kiki and Tisha, she says that she feels that she's doing what she would normally do with anybody. She's being supportive, and I like that about Mel. Okay, whether someone said I had a dark soul or not, this is what Melody's saying. She says I always try to bring peace when I can. Okay, and see families mended. All right, which is a great thing. All right, so then Mel tells Kiki that she's glad that she's good and invites her to Tiffany's upcoming event. All right, so then Kiki is happy, of course, to come to the event. She said, oh, yeah, I would love to come to that. So then Melody tells Kiki to be ready for people to come at her with questions. Okay, you guys know what she's going through with the whole Home Depot situation. So then Kiki says, she says, oh, I'm ready for whatever. Okay, so on to the next scene. Next scene is Marceau and Tisha. This scene right here, guys, this kind of blew me away a little bit. All right, so next scene is Marceau and Tisha. Tisha shows up, okay, with this workout gear on, with this meat belt around her waist, child. Okay, y'all know she done had 45 mommy makeovers, and she's still out here, child, looking like a little chubby checker with her fresh BBL in tow, okay, to the house that they're getting renovated, okay? Y'all know they're getting the house renovated, and Marceau is up in there fake working, looking like he working when he really ain't. All right, so then Tisha says, hey, she says, it's so open in here. She goes into the house when Marceau is doing something to the floor. She said, hey, it's so open in here. Like you ain't been in there before. But okay, girl. She brought Marceau a smoothie, at which she hands him his smoothie. All right. He starts drinking it. He gets a brain freeze. Then Tisha says via confessional with Marceau, with her noose dress on, mind you. She says, winnovation, and y'all know I gotta say it like her, winnovation versus renovation. Okay. Winnovation at the house is going great. She said it started out as a small project and it expanded to a whole home makeover. Okay. And I was like, that must have happened after that 200K of joys and bugs magically disappeared. Okay. It started out something small, but then when that money started rolling in, all of a sudden you want to do the whole house minus the closet, mind you. We'll get to it. Marceau goes on to say, yeah, new cabinets. He's naming all the stuff new that they're doing. Yeah, new cabinets, new flooring, new fireplace, new stove, new walls, new doors. He's going on new this, everything new, child. So Tisha says, yeah, the whole house except my closet. And I said, bitch, that's where y'all should have started. Why y'all ain't start at the closet? Because we're tired of seeing both of y'all sharing that tiny little closet, child. With shit hanging all over the door. Tisha got her rainbow purses hanging on the door. Marceau got all his neckties and shit hanging on the door and clothes and all this other stuff. That's where y'all should have started. In the damn bedroom. Child. Y'all should start it up in there. I'm sorry. Y'all got stuff hanging all over the damn doorknobs and everywhere up in there. So I don't know. Hopefully they upgraded the that full-size headboard too, because y'all know that little headboard child with the little dirty little beige headboard up in there with that little full-size bed that they sleeping up in there. They need to get that, honey. I keep calling it a little dwarf bed. They need to get a new bed up in there, baby. Y'all talking about getting new floors and new walls, baby. Y'all need a new bed. I know y'all tired of that little ass bed y'all sleeping in. That's why y'all stay arguing and carrying on and upset, because y'all ain't got no space to be moving around up in there. Shit, look like y'all in a twin bed up in that mug. But anywho, child, Marceau then responds to Tisha's request, okay, for a bigger closet by saying that we got to buy another house for that. And I was like, oh, like the one over in Bedrock where y'all keep moving rocks from over here to make it look like y'all doing something on the land when y'all really not. Oh, okay. Okay. We'll go with it. So then Tisha goes on to say, Tisha says, she said, it's looking nice. It's actually looking nice. She says, I wanted to ask you about court the other day. And as she was saying that, I was like, okay, number one, do you and Marceau not live together? Because after he left court, why did you not find the time to sit down and have a conversation with him about how court went? I would think that would be something you would want to know about right now versus waiting days after. If he went to court, you're not going to ask him when he come home, okay, babe, how did court go? What happened in court? Okay. He said, I didn't have court. I had a deposition. Okay. That's what he had to say. Okay. But I don't understand, like I said, why would you not question him whenever he came home if he's still staying at home? Because the rumors are that he ain't. But versus asking him there, like, when is the last time you saw him? That kind of makes me feel like something might be going on there. Maybe you ain't seen him lately, okay? Because you asking questions that you should have asked the day of when he walked in the door from court. But moving on. Marceau says that the hearing went surprisingly well, okay? So he goes in via confessional. He says that every time you sue someone in construction, that you get a counterclaim. He says that at this point, we're just going to take this joint to trial, okay? Referring to the Zen Garden trial where they're being sued for $5.5 million for fraud and misrepresentation, okay? Tisha is smiling like, yes, we're going to win. And I was looking like, bitch, you're going to lose, okay? Yes, you are. You don't have the money to fight this company. You don't have the money to fight Zen Garden, but go off. Moving on. Tisha asked Marceau about the furniture budget for the renovated house. Marceau then says, man, why can't we just rent to own some furniture? Not somebody that's worth $17 million. We're not about to have Rental Center backing up to the damn door, putting some damn furniture up in it that somebody done set their ass up on. Are we really doing that with $17 million in the bank, perhaps? Are we really doing that? I've never heard anybody doing that. Anybody that owns $17 million, they have $17 million. I just don't see them calling Rental Center and saying, okay, can you guys bring me such and such and such, that living room suite, that love seat right there in the front when you first walk in the front door. Can y'all bring that over here? Because we ain't got no damn furniture. I mean, that's what it gave me. I'm sorry. That's totally what it gave me. I was just like, oh, okay. All right. So let's play this scene.
Just like the fewer words possible.
Okay.
All right. Ready to go pick up the girls?
Tisha and Marceau, okay?
Yep.
The word is I apologize.
I'm sorry. I was really just trying to get around to something that I want.
What do you want?
A vehicle. Another SUV.
Find what you want.
Okay.
No, you don't gotta do all that. You ain't gotta do all that. You ain't gotta do all of that, bro. We good. You ain't gotta do all that.
Now, to make that make sense to me, if you don't have money for furniture, Tisha, why, pray tell, are you asking to get an additional vehicle when you have one? Priorities. It's the trying to look rich and keep up appearances for me. If you don't have the money for furniture, for your children to sit on, sleep on, whatever on, why are you asking him to have a brand new truck? I don't understand that. Marceau goes on to say that his monthly allowance that he spends is $3,500 a month. Okay, he spent $3,500, which is what he told Tisha, to wrap his vehicle. Okay, that yellow car, which used to be gray, because he wants to be seen, he wants to be flashy. He spent $3,500 according to him to wrap his vehicle and make it yellow, okay? But you don't have no furniture in your house, and you're gonna tell her, let's do a rent to own. Why can't we do rent to own? No, nigga. How about you stop dipping into the till and wasting money on things that you should not be wasting it on, and focus on your household? That's why y'all stay broke. And I was just like, bruh. There's no way in the hell. Like, I don't understand that. Do y'all get that? I don't get it. If you don't have no furniture in the house, the last thing you should be thinking about is buying another vehicle. Let's play this.
You had court the other day.
I didn't have court. I had a deposition.
Okay, you had deposition the other day.
Mm-hmm.
How did it go?
It went surprisingly well. Every time you sue somebody in construction, you get a counterclaim. And so at this point right now, we're going to take the trial, G.
Good luck on that.
Sorry. You always do a prank.
This is Tisha and Marcel, okay?
But I wanted to ask you about something else.
What's up?
What's the furniture budget?
Man. Why can't we just rent to own some furniture? Dang.
Y'all hear that?
Tisha. What do we need to buy?
Everything.
Oh, no. Let's go to China. Get this stuff from China. Yes, ma'am.
Just give me a number, and I'll work within it.
We got to be creative on this furniture budget.
I know how we can be creative.
How?
You not spending it on your car.
We sitting on a car.
Yes.
So you feel some way about that?
I'm just saying. Don't try to budget me to death when it comes to stuff for me.
No, I bought that out of my allowance.
So you said that you fixed up this house on your allowance. You fixed up the black stuff on your allowance.
Hello, everyone just coming in. Hello.
You said you spent your budget on it. That's not true.
Are you joking?
No, I'm not.
How much you think it cost?
Tell me how much it costs.
$3,500.
So you spent your budget on that?
Wasting money.
That is
What
your
am I missing?
monthly allowance.
And I spent it on the car wrap.
What have you been spending your money like for food, going out,
the
all
rest
that
of it?
stuff?
See, are you actually asking me?
I'm just asking the question.
You get more spending money than me, all right? I get $3,500, you get $5,000. I have not asked you anything about your money. And zero goes here.
I have to do stuff for kids.
You take away all of the sacrifice I did. You take away the fact that I'm actually doing this, right? When I need to take out of my allowance for the house, or your office, or I go buy it for black, or if I go buy it for scope. So when you say, aha, even in joking, like, oh, you didn't do this like that, it just takes away all the sacrifice.
No, it's not. My point is that I feel like, because you always talk to me about like how much money I spend and what I'm doing with the money. I feel like you spend more than me because you got bigger ticket items.
My car wrap costs less than your purse.
Yeah, that's
how much was your purse?
I'm not gonna disclose that number to you.
Dude, this is your allowance. I don't care what you do with it. Okay. You can literally take it outside and set it on fire. I don't care. It's not mine. It's not my concern. And so I never asked you about this. I need one thing from me. Oh, see, you be lying. You don't be doing all this stuff for the house. I'm like, what? How do I not?
Y'all, at the end of the day, Tisha already said that she's the one that pretty much spends all of her money towards the household, and Marcel does what he wants to do with his money. She said it plenty of times on the show, and it's showing right here in this particular episode. Marcel does what Marcel wants to do with his money. Now, if the both of you, which I seriously doubt you have a $3,500 budget a month, I seriously doubt that, okay? Because if you did, you would have had some furniture, okay? You would have had some furniture. It's places you can go if you don't want to spend a whole bunch of money and buy some furniture. You should. Y'all are on the #1 show on. Let's back up. You've been on this show. This is season 6. You mean to tell me you have not saved up any money? You don't have nothing in savings to where you can go into a furniture store and buy some furniture, not rent, not make payments on, but buy some furniture to put in this house that y'all are just renovating, mind you. What happened to the furniture that was in there? What's wrong with that? Now, I knew the carpet was dirty, but what's wrong with this damn furniture that used to be in the house prior to you guys renovating? I don't understand. I mean, didn't y'all steal enough money from Miss Joy and Bugs in order to have that in the budget? Allegedly. Didn't you guys take enough money? They're saying they're missing $200,000. You should have had something in the budget from that $200K plus your Love and Marriage Huntsville checks to have some damn furniture. It's called sacrifice and budgeting. People with regular 9-to-5s got furniture. People with regular 9-to-5s got furniture. People in the hood on a fixed income got furniture. Nice furniture. And you mean to tell me y'all who are $1 million, worth millions of dollars, $17 million to be exact, that you guys cannot come up with no furniture and Rent-A-Center got to be your go-to? Okay. Tisha says she has a $5,000 budget. What are you doing with $5,000 each month? I don't get it. Because y'all being sued for taxes and everything else not being paid. What are you doing per month with $5,000? I don't get it. Something in the buttermilk ain't clean. Let's move on. 17 years of marriage, and they are arguing about money for furniture. Who spends the most? It's given that y'all money is different, that y'all got money in separate places versus together. You guys are like roommates. You are so worried about what this person is doing over here and this person is doing over here versus together. When you are married, everything is as one, and it doesn't give me that you guys are as one. Tisha, you are holding on to money over here so that Marceau don't overspend is what it's looking like. He is irresponsible as hell to sit up here and spend $3,500 when you got 3 children. One, your son got to have a haircut. Your children got to have clothes to wear. School just started back. Like, that's very irresponsible. Your children got to have a place to sleep, eat, all this other shit. But you don't have the know-how and the responsibility as a father to save money. You living above your means because you want to look important. You want to look famous. You run around telling everybody you're famous. I'm famous. We're famous. We're movie stars. Okay. In your dreams. Broke movie stars is what it's giving me. But moving on. Tisha and Marceau, like I said, they're strapped for this money, child. Tisha, you already driving a Mercedes SUV. So while you're asking for an additional car, maybe you're seeing, looking over that male driving a G-Wagon and a Range Rover, and you want to try to upstage her. Stop looking at what other people are doing because you're not in the same tax bracket as other people. You have lawsuits and responsibilities. You owe everybody in damn Huntsville and the surrounding areas, okay? Go ahead and keep buying all that shit because once Zen Garden win that lawsuit and y'all can't pay it, what they're going to do is start taking all of your damn assets in addition to the money that you owe them, okay? You don't have the money to pay them. So that SUV t-shirt that you about to go out here and buy, which I'm hearing they already went and bought one. So the SUV going to be gone. They're going to probably put some type of lien on your house and anything else that you own to pay for this damn lawsuit. They're probably going to take that fake BBL too. Moving on though. Marceau stay blowing money. And Tisha, you just as stupid for allowing it. That y'all need to figure y'all mess out. 17 years and y'all ain't figured it out yet. I don't know what to tell you. All right, so Marceau feels that that he don't like to be called a liar when he explains what he does with his money. Okay. But you like to call everybody else a liar. It's amazing how people who are so narcissistic can see the error in everybody else's ways, but not theirs. They don't like to be called wrong when they're wrong. Okay. Tisha should be able to speak to you about finances anytime she gets ready because that's your wife. Okay. If it were me, I'm gonna cuss your ass out. First of all, you ain't about to be out here spending $3,500 when we need furniture. That shit ain't gonna fly. But it's looking like the both of them are irresponsible. Okay. Tisha says she never called him a liar. Marceau then says that look at all that I'm actually doing over here. What? Spending all the money and getting us in all these damn lawsuits. Okay. I'm surprised Tisha didn't go to court with him because everything that Marceau's name is on, your name is on as well. Or is it the other way around? Okay. Now, Marceau, like I said, is guilt tripping Tisha into apologizing to him for making him feel like he doesn't contribute to the household, which you kind of don't. Okay. You don't. You spend your money on what you want. And Tisha, you blowing money as well. All right. Let's move on to the next topic, honey. Next scene, rather. Stormy pulls up to this place called the Lux Brew to meet Tiffany and to sit and talk to her, okay? This was a very touching scene. Tiffany is going through it because she has this baby where he's working more, he's not home more as she wants him to be. She's starting to feel the crunch of that. She misses her husband. Lewis tried to tell her prior to having this baby, he don't want to have another baby. Women, listen to your spouse. Tiffany has daddy issues and mommy issues. And the worst thing you can ever do is go out here and have a child to replace those issues versus getting the therapy that you need. Babies are a beautiful thing. Don't get me wrong. Babies are a beautiful thing, but don't go out here having a baby when your husband is steady telling you we don't need any more kids. Your children are teenagers getting ready to be moving out of the house. Your husband is telling you that he wants to be able to spend time with just you. He wants to spend time with you. And now you brought a newborn baby into the equation and your marriage is going downhill. Your husband doesn't want to be at home. He don't want to hear crying baby. He don't want to see you always nursing. He want to nurse. He wants to spend time with his wife, but you are occupied with this new baby. And now he has chosen to be away from the home and he's telling you he's working. Now, I'm not saying he's cheating, but he's not at home. Most men who have newborn babies want to be home and also bond with the baby. Okay. Tiffany and Stormy, they greet each other and they compliment each other on how well each other look. So Tiffany introduces Stormy to the party planner. Okay. Stormy goes into via confessional. She says that the last time she saw Tiffany was at the event where she and Tisha got into it. You guys remember that, where Tisha was talking about she was going to jump over the table on Stormy, and Stormy told her to get active. So she says that she's happy to help Tiffany with the event. So she's going to help Tiffany with this said event where they're going to be doing like a sip and see kind of sort of like for Baby Ace, because everybody has not seen and or met Baby Ace as of yet, except Melody. So the party planner actually, or event planner rather, tells Stormy about her vision for the event. So they're standing there talking about, okay, this is going to be here. I think this should be here. We should have such and such food. Da, 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 da. All right. Yes. So with Tiffany and Stormy, they're still talking and they're looking around at the event space. It's a nice space. I think I have a video that I want to play for you guys of the two of them.
Shopping, right? So like there's
this
all these
Tiffany
things
and Stormy.
My kids need. Then there's baby. He needs you every freaking second of the day. So if it's not nursing, it's changing a diaper. It's all the things that I said I wanted, right? Right. Then there's being a wife. And it's, what do you need, honey? You need to go to the doctor. You need to handle yourself. Like, you're on the road today. When are you not on the road? Can we look at our calendar? So it's a lot.
How's Lou taking it all of it in? Like being,
Lou hasn't even been here. I feel like he's been on the road. He's been coaching at A&M. He has not even been here.
But you good.
I think that I really honestly appreciate you for asking. Thank you. I haven't even had this conversation with my husband. Like, he has not been home. He is my backbone.
Why your eyes red? Because you're going to make my eyes red.
She started to cry.
To be honest, like, are you feeling a lot of strain? Seriously.
100%.
Do you ever feel depressed? What's your
cry breakdown often?
Like, even feeling now, like, we're supposed to be, like, planning the reveal of the baby, and I still feel like, you're kind of, like, got a lot. You're taking on a lot.
On top of all this, 30 people texting you in a day saying, can I see the baby? How's the baby? That's overwhelming. Like,
that's
having
that's
to
why
respond.
You really want to do this.
So I'm like, let me do this so everyone can meet the baby, so everyone can get an update all at one time.
You really have to sit in there for a minute, you know? It's okay not to be good. What's going to help you get good?
I'm not sure right this second. This is like a part of me trying to figure it out, but I really appreciate you for asking.
You're getting all this stuff done. You're taking on a lot, but I also worry that you can break at any time. And I don't want you to do that right now. That's a very real thing.
She's getting emotional.
It's okay not to be okay. It's very much okay not to be okay.
I appreciate it. I'm a receiver of your message. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Why I'm crying though?
I don't know, but you can't cry.
I can feel your energy.
So they're standing up and they're hugging each other because they're both emotional. I see y'all putting it in there. I was gonna say it. Tiffany does need a stylist. Tiffany dressed like, baby, she is from Church of God in Christ. I said it before, baby, and I did a whole zoom in on them shoes because I said, listen, Linda. Tiffany, what is this, sis? This is given First Lady of the Church of God in Christ. Look at these shoes, y'all. What the hell does Tiffany have on? Tiffany, if you don't get you a stylist, sis, I'm sick of you out here, damn it. Get you a stylist. I'm so sick of her every damn season. Tiffany be dressed like she is going to a revival. Why? And she's so pretty. Tiffany is so pretty. She is so pretty. She needs a stylist. Now her hair be hit or miss sometimes. Her hair, she's got beautiful hair, okay? And her makeup be on, but baby, them clothes, I don't know. Girl, I don't know. It's giving Church of God in Christ, tent revival, something. It's giving tent revival to me. That's what it's giving me. And it's like every season, Tiffany be looking a hot damn mess. Them shoes, baby, them shoes was giving First Lady. I'm sorry, sis. Ooh, child. You looking like you was ready to do your initial sermon in them shoes. Let me show it one more time. Tiffany was looking like she was ready to do her initial sermon, baby, in these shoes. Do you hear me? Church of God in Christ. All right, let's move on. Oh, Lord. All right, so of course, y'all know, like I said, Tiffany is struggling with Lewis not being there with her and Ace. It's so sad. He's finding shit to do to stay away from the house. That's what it's giving. He is finding things to do to stay away from the house, and that's sad. You got a newborn. Y'all know how it is when you have kids, especially when they're newborns. That you're tired all the time. You gotta switch off. When my son was a newborn, me and my husband came up with a schedule to where he keep the child for a certain few hours or so and let me sleep, and then we switch it off. You gotta do that, or you're gonna be so damn tired you're not gonna know what the hell is going on. You have to do this thing together. Raising kids, especially when they're newborns, because women, we be tired as hell. I would be, when I first started out, I didn't want nobody to hold my son. Not to get off too much, not to get off topic too much. I didn't want nobody to hold my baby. I was a first-time mom. I was just like, listen. I got so damn tired. I was like, listen, let's come up with a schedule. You the daddy, come on up in here. I taught him how to do the bottles. He just let me sleep. He would feed the baby, change the baby, all that, and just let me sleep. And that's what Tiffany needs. She's probably going through some postpartum as well. On top of the fact that she's depressed that Lewis is not being as receptive as he needs to be with this baby. And I hope they figure this out. And I hope that it doesn't put this huge wedge in between the two of them to where he just stops coming or start cheating. Y'all know when men are not happy, I pray not, because I do like them together. It's very sad, okay? But he told you, girl, he did not want to have another baby. And Tiffany was on her head to have this damn baby because she was missing. She had a void in her life from not having her father around, and maybe some mama issues too. I'm not sure, but I feel like she was missing something, and she used the fact that, oh, I want another baby to fill that void. And Lewis told her no. And now this man is not there to help you, and he's finding shit to do to not be around you and this child. Is sad. Prayers to them, and I hope they figure it out. Stormy, like I said, is trying to offer some support to Tiffany. I'm trying to figure out when the two of them got so close, because I can remember the two of them going back and forth. Last season, it was looking like Stormy was starting shit to have people coming at Tiffany saying, well, let me tell you what Tiffany said. Y'all remember last season? So when did the two of them get tight to where Stormy is becoming this person that is just your go-to person that talks to you and help you out of your mess whenever you feeling a certain type of way? When did they become this tight? I'm trying to figure that out. Because Stormy, you don't come off as being somebody who is very loyal as being a friend. I mean, hell, look at how you deal with Mel. Let's move on, child. But the baby, I feel like, has put some type of wedge between the two of them. And like I said, I hope they figure it out. When Stormy tells Tiffany that Kiki will be at the event, Tiffany kind of looks like, oh, hell no. I don't want her here. Tiffany also goes on to throw some shade and says that as long as Kiki don't take any locks from here, then we'll be fine. Listen now. She got all the locks she needed, honey, when she was at Home Depot, allegedly. So she might not need no locks from your event space, Tiffany. So calm it down. See what I'm talking about? Every time people say they don't move past something and they friends again, then you want to bring up some old outlandish bullshit. And Tiffany, you was just being hella messy. But moving on. Tiffany tells Stormy, okay, she says that she's not sure about her friendship with Kiki because of her public Crime Stoppers run-in, all right? So Stormy reassures her that it's okay, and it's for baby Ace. Let's just get past it. Let's invite everybody and have a whole kumbaya, okay? She says let's focus on having a good time, and hopefully everyone will be cordial, okay? So Tiffany was saying, well, hey, I'm inviting people here, and if they're going to be around my baby, they have to be cordial. So she's on that. So Tiffany says that it's hard for her, honey, with the baby, and she's just going through the motions, okay? She's going through all this, telling Stormy, we already heard it. We're not going to keep going through it. So moving on to the next scene, all right? Tisha and Marceau meet with the Fletchers to have lunch and or dinner, whatever it is, child, at this place called the Salt Factory Pub, okay, to discuss the Black Expo and just to catch up in conversation, all right? So Tisha and Marceau, of course, arrived first, which surprised the hell out of me because they always last, and the last was to always arrive anytime somebody have an event or anything else. So the Fletchers shortly arrived thereafter, okay? Nell walks in, honey, with her little leopard dress on, her stilettos on, honey. I was like, all right, you better serve the girls out here, girl. She was serving the girls. I was like, yes, you serving the girls. Unlike all these other wigs that she usually wear, honey, I'll be like, Nell, why do you look like you were doing a cartwheel out here in a whole thunderstorm, ma'am? Nell be looking like she's done a few cartwheels in a thunderstorm with some of these wigs her ass be having on. But I was glad that she sashayed her ass up in there. She was looking real good. I was like, okay. And then Chris Fletcher was walking behind her looking all debonair, child, with his little nice little black shirt on, and he was looking all fit and trim and proper. I was like, okay, I'm feeling it. Yes, child. But so Marceau, like I said, and Tisha, they arrived shortly thereafter the Fletchers got there. Okay. Tisha asked Marceau why she was sitting across the table from him versus sitting beside him, knowing that the Fletchers are coming, was so crazy to me, Tisha. Like, how slow are you, girl? What kind of trees are you smoking, girl? Now, you know the Fletchers are coming, which means they're going to sit directly across from you and Marceau. So why would you be sitting your dizzy ass across from him versus sitting beside him? All right. So she asked Marceau, so how was your day today? I was like, didn't you see him before y'all got here? Did you not see him? Now, I'm starting to catch some conversations that usually you have at home with your spouse. Like, Tisha, you're giving me that you haven't seen this man in a day or two or all day. You should know how his day was. Is this the first time you've seen him all day? Okay. We'll move on, though. Marceau said, oh, it was good. It was good. It was all right. It was pretty good. I had a pretty good day, whatever. So then Marceau then says that they decided not to cancel date night. He says, but to join the Fletchers on a double date night. So why would you cancel date night, Tisha? Did you just do a whole long novel talking about how great your man is, how he take you out on dates, how he give you flowers and all these other things, girl? But your man just sat here and said he almost canceled date night, and the only reason he came is because the Fletchers invited him to have a double date. So he'd rather be there with somebody else than somebody else, okay? And you just come along for the ride. That's what it gave me, girl. In my own petty little mind, okay? Yeah, so yeah, y'all there for the double date, baby. If it was just you and him, you wouldn't be on no date. That's what it's giving me. So Tisha then says, yes, since they want to get to know us, they already know you, child. They know that y'all broke, busted, and disgusted, and they're going to come on there, child, and do what they do. Marceau then throws some shade at the Fletchers and says that it's kind of weird being invited out by the Fletchers, and we're the first ones here. He says that must be how they feel when we're late. And like I just said, they're always late. Tisha and Marceau is always late for everything, okay? If Tisha is invited and Marceau don't go, Tisha is always late. I don't know what it is, girl. Moving on. All right, so like I said, Chris and Nell Fletcher, they walk in, they're looking good. Nell got on the heels in the leopard dress. He's looking nice. Got his hair combed up into like a little mohawk. I was feeling that. I was like, okay, Chris, that's a new look for you. They greet Tisha and Marceau. Nell says that, she says, glad we're here. She said that we can ask them why we weren't invited at the expo. Okay, so she's ready to ask Tisha and Marceau why they did not invite her and Chris to the expo. Okay, so Chris says, if truth be told, okay, he says, truth be told, that we're more experienced. Okay, he says that we've been in business longer than you know. He says than anyone in the actual comeback group. So we deserve to receive these answers from the skies. So that's what he's saying. All right, so I got a clip. I'm gonna play it. I've been trying to get these clips in for you guys so that you guys can hear kind of verbatim. All right.
So you don't care about inviting us to the expo?
That's Nell and Chris Fletcher talking to Tisha and Marceau.
You didn't feel invited?
We wasn't personally invited. We didn't feel invited.
Anybody personally?
We discussed this at the party. You said you were gonna make sure that me and Fletcher got invited. What party? At Mariah's.
I don't know what y'all did.
You knew I was a real estate broker.
I knew you were a real estate broker, but What? I didn't.
He lying.
I'm sorry.
So what is
Marco
it
lying.
you thought
I think of you guys.
I did? What do you think that we actually did?
Flex made a lot of money, and you were his pretty wife.
Y'all hear that?
I'm getting a little annoyed with his comments. I am more than just Fletcher's pretty wife. I'm a businesswoman and a very successful one at that.
We are definitely the original Black power couple for 29 years here in Huntsville.
I know that's
Maybe in
right.
29 years, the Scots will catch up to us.
Maybe.
She has a whole daycare.
You have a daycare?
For 29 years.
How would I know that she's in a daycare? I mean, have you guys ever told me?
Yes, I have.
What, you never told
Yes,
me?
I have.
What'd you say?
Hey, man, you know my wife's in a daycare, right?
Yes. Why did you?
Growing Smiles. We were talking about business.
I didn't think about it, and I apologize. Yeah, I didn't think about it.
All right. I don't believe you.
Are you serious? Why about that? Honestly, I thought you were friends of other friends that we weren't in a good place with. So it would seem weird
Somebody
that
hold.
we're inviting, you know, the Holt's friends out when me and the Holt's were in a good place. That's how we met you guys through. So it just would seem a little weird.
Well, let me say this to you. I don't operate like that. This is not high school or college.
I know, but we just met y'all through them, though.
It doesn't matter.
We have a line drawing right there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
it's
so
like
that's how you guys operate.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't let nobody.
Well, no.
pick and
That's not
choose
how
for me.
We're not saying
operate. We have to keep our distance
didn't
when it comes to
understand.
that because that friendship and that whole issue is just so sensitive.
So it gotta be just male because they're friends with Martell. So it's just gotta be male. And if that's the way she feel, I get it to some extent. I do.
I noticed during the Black Expo, you're trying to get, your core group back together. So did you all kind of put the comeback group back together?
It's still some work that can be done, but I think that we're off to a good start with it.
So is everybody buying in to all six?
No, Martell didn't even speak. Well, he really worked the crowd.
Yeah.
And Mel didn't speak, but she showed up. So
Yeah.
that was a good thing.
Well, I heard didn't nobody want to speak. Y'all didn't want to pay nobody.
Oh, we're not paying.
Well, we
you.
wasn't going to pay them to speak.
We're not paying. you.
It was about giving back our knowledge and experience to the community.
What?
No, nobody got paid.
No, we paid. We weren't.
We're the ones that paid.
What we did was not charge them to speak.
So you didn't wait. I'm like, did I hear this right? What you did was not charge them for their time to speak.
Right. We paid with this out of our pocket. And so we're not going to sit back and be like, oh, well, I got to pay you too. And when we come in and say, hey, this is a philanthropic endeavor, you can say, oh, I'm out. I don't do nothing for free. And I respect that. But what you're not going to do is be part of it, and then be like, well, I deserve to get paid. I normally charge for this. So if you deserve to get paid, you're going to have to show me what you've done. And at this point right now, you may not have done enough to get paid. We've been in our business for a long time. We can speak from a position of experience and relevant expertise. When it comes to others who may have just started their company, to me, they're in the exact same position of the people that we're speaking to. Show me a solid business, because I'm not going to pay you to talk about your t-shirt business. I'm saying is that Maurice has been in this business for a long time. Romy has been in our business for a long time. We've been in our business for a long time. Okay, now
He's not going to shade the Holtz now.
no, I'm not saying that.
Holtz Enterprise was a business.
So,
They were professional.
And you were partners with them.
They were around for a while.
where are they now?
You hear that? He said, where are they now?
So
No, I'm saying is that
that's low. Mel sells more than t-shirts, so she can give advice to the community.
Black also sells t-shirts.
For me, him making a statement, that was shade.
I really appreciate y'all not just holding under the rug. And if y'all got a problem, y'all say, hey, listen, I got this right here. Let's bring it to the forefront, because there's no way in the world that we would intentionally offended you guys. But now that we know, we're going to be made more aware, and we'll make sure that we take the right steps.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
And that sounds fair.
Because we can actually learn something from y'all. Like, I sit back and I learn something from Flex, and we talk. I think you guys are cool people. And Flex wouldn't be like he is if he wasn't with you.
Yeah,
So this is what 29 years look like, babe. Have y'all ever dealt with cheating in your marriage?
Listen to this.
How did you find out? Or who found out?
Can we not?
Well, when you've been married for so long,
Babe.
people ask questions.
Hey, real quick. Can we not? We're going to call a timeout We're gonna rewind this 10 seconds, and we're gonna just.
Part of me felt like it was kind of a jab, but then part of me felt like
She was reaching out.
she was.
Maybe.
Well, I don't know if she was reaching out for help.
Wanting to know.
I think she wanted to have a personal conversation with me. I really did. But, of course, Marcel shut that down.
I'm sorry. It's an inappropriate question. I apologize. I wasn't trying to make it seem like a joke.
Yes, you were.
Don't apologize. Okay, well, I apologize for that because I didn't want it to be an inappropriate question. You've been married.
I'm not offended about that part at all.
Guys, just to be clear, all right? And sometimes husbands and wives don't agree. Because I'd be offended if y'all asked me about that.
Of course you would. Let's dig in some asses right quick. Y'all already know what it is. Marceau is lying about not knowing that Chris Fletcher is a businessman. Okay? How long have you known Chris? Let's do a little rundown. All right? Of course, y'all know Nell does own a daycare. She just said it in Huntsville. Huntsville is not that big. If you know Chris Fletcher, then you know his wife has a daycare. Like, stop it, Marceau. He always likes to try to diminish what other people do to make himself feel like he's the bigger person and that he's doing everything and nobody's doing nothing. I cannot stand that about Marceau. It's like he has this God complex and he ain't doing shit. You still a popcornologist. If it wasn't for Melody stepping in and Martell speaking on your behalf for Melody to step up and help you guys get a business, how do you feel like your business of Show is more important than what Melody does when she started it? Show is nothing without Hope. Show is spelled Scott and Hope put together. Okay? Melody's company, Hope and Hope, was $1 million company that she used her assets to help build the company that you and Tisha begged her to be able to purchase so that y'all can have a business. Because you couldn't do it on your own. You were living in her home because you had nowhere to stay. You were driving her vehicles because y'all vehicles were broke down. So now that you feel like you've made it, and that's how people be when you help some people. That's why you got to be careful who you lend a hand to, because people forget real quick where they came from and everything that you've done for them. Marceau always diminishes what other people do while he bigs himself up. You're not a businessman, because every single business that you put your hands to, you get sued. That means you don't know what you're doing. Now, Tisha says that there is a line drawn with the Holtz. But Tisha, did you not just sit there with your fake ass, okay? And I mean that literally, with your fake ass in Mel's face, begging her to speak at the expo? You asked her not one time, not two times. You even had a personal meeting with her while you stared her down so that you can get some fashion tips, okay? So that you can beg her once again to speak at the engagement, because you knew it wasn't going to be shit if she won't there. Anybody that was coming to the business expo, they were going to be there because Melody is going to always bring a crowd. You sat there apologizing, saying that you wanted to move forward with Melody and put all the pettiness behind because you're sick and tired of all of the arguing back and forth and the pettiness, okay? You apologize for saying the dark soul comment, but then you sit here with the Fletchers with your two-faced ass and make it seem like you and Melody have this problem when you guys have already squashed it. It's looking like you want to have a problem so you can feel important now. That's what it's giving me. You already said you and her were cordial. Every time you in Melody's face, Melody tried to tell you about the blueprint, and now you are selling coffee mugs and cups with the blueprint on the front because you stole her idea. You didn't have a blueprint. You can't even say blueprint. How quickly we forget. Your husband couldn't even get a job, and he begged Martell, please go talk to Mel and see can she help us, because we're in a bad space. We're in a bad space. We got children. We about to be put out. We ain't got nowhere to live. Y'all forget that shit. Suppose she would have said, no, I ain't fooling with him like that. Martell spoke on your behalf. And the only reason you don't like Melody is because she went in your face, and because you thought that because she dropped Martell that she was not going to level up and be where she is. Period. Wanda don't like Mel because Mel is out doing Tisha. I'm saying it right here. Every time you turn around, Melody is moving and popping and shaking and doing. She stay catching flights and never feelings. Tisha is mad. The only place you can go to was Florida. Mel is always in the Bahamas, Mexico, and everywhere else. You mad. Now she's got doctor on front of her name. Now you mad. The situation with Marceau is the fact that Mel and Martell are not together. Martell was the inside guy in order to help them whenever they was flunking and not making it. You can't use Martell no more because Mel don't fuck with him no more. That bridge has been burnt. She tore everything loose when it comes to Martell. She don't fool with him. So Martell is not the go-to guy. Plus, Martell knows too much about y'all business. So you got to deal with him in a certain type of way so that he don't put your shit out there. But you mad at Melody because you can't come to her for help no more. Martell was the guy that brought you guys to Melody so she could help you. And every time you get a chance, you give your ass to kiss. And never burn bridges with people who've helped you before, because you don't never know when you got to go back across that bridge again. And it's looking like you're going to have to go back across that same bridge because 5.5 million, that's going to set you all the way back. And nothing is a more humbling experience when you lose everything that you thought you had and had to start right back to rock bottom to come right back up to where you thought you were. Instead of being mad at this woman, you can learn something from her. She taught you property preservation. She taught you the business. So how can you sit there and diminish who she is as a business woman? Tisha, you're jealous because Melody is able to function and move and pop and shake out here and still raise 4 kids on her own without a sorry ass man. And you can't figure out how to leave the motherfucker that you staying with over there when he ain't doing shit but spending money, wrapping cars, cheesing in Biatch's faces, because I went to school over here. Girl, get out of here. And please shut the door behind you when you leave. Jealousy will make you do some things. And it only makes you look like a fool out here in these streets. Yeah. Marceau lied about paying for the Black Expo out of pocket when you said in the meeting for the Core 6 that you had sponsorship. So which one is it? Because I know a lie when I hear one. My lie radar went, it was going off like that. You said, do we need to roll tape? You said that you sat there and told the Fletchers, and you've been telling everybody else that you had to pay out of pocket for the Black Expo because he charged the vendors, and he said in the comeback meeting, like I just said, that you guys had sponsorship, which means you ain't even got to touch your money. You ain't got to touch your money. You good with your money. So what you spend it on? Because from my knowledge, you guys done made that on the back end. So y'all got sponsorship and you took advantage of new vendors whom you claim you didn't even know, Tisha. Okay, because it's another clip where Tisha said, oh, vendors there, I didn't even know. I didn't even know they had a business. So these are the people that you come and try to finagle. Okay, you try to finagle these people whom you say you didn't know they had small businesses. So you come to these people and say, oh, you guys have to pay $100 as vendors in order to make that money back on the back end, because the money that you did have to spend, which probably was nothing. You fussed Tisha out for having decorations. That should have been on the sponsorship. But if you knew what you were doing, okay, if you knew what you were doing, and that's the problem. Ain't nobody tell you to hop your ass up there and take over the meeting anyway. They knew what they were doing. Him and Tisha had already sat down and figured out how they were going to do this and finagle their way into getting some more money. And Tisha felt bad about that shit. That's why she told him at the actual event, she was not getting ready to ask Stormy for no money. She didn't really want to do it. But it's Marceau that continues to put this mess out there, and Tisha go along with it for peace sake, because she don't want to argue with him at home. She don't want to have them bad feelings where Marceau ain't speaking to her. Marceau ain't giving her the D. Marceau, y'all know what it is. Keep right on getting along to go along. Go along to get along, or however they say the shit. Keep on. Your ass gonna be right there in jail with him. You're already being sued for fraud and misrepresentation. This situation with the Black Expo is giving fraud and misrepresentation. You misrepresented yourself when you put this function together in the first place. You barely could even get up there and explain what y'all were doing when you got up there and did it. That's why Melody said, I ain't doing that. She sat there and thought about it. She said, this ain't making sense. I get paid to speak at speaking engagements. So why folk come when I stand my ass up there and speak for free and pay you $100? GTFOH. And we all know what that means, right? Marceau says that he ain't paying Mel to speak about her t-shirt business. But you walk around with a hole with black across your t-shirt. Mel has Sugar Mama, Jay Bolin, which sells out in a matter of hours, mind you. Mel gets paid, like I said, for speaking engagements. Mel has 7th Avenue, and etc. And she's now called Doctor. Tisha, you've been to ICDC College. Thank you, sis. What does Tisha have? There's no comparison. Macy and Mildew by way of Canvas Beauty. Schultz by way of Holt and Hope. Everything you got is by way of somebody else. So until you can do what you need to do on your own, then talk to me. Then talk about somebody's business and how successful it is. Yeah. Blueprint, Mel already said it. We saw it several seasons back when Mel said, come on, let me show you the blueprint. Let me get you out of the house. Let me get you out of the house. Let me show you what real business is all about. Tisha kept that blueprint in her head and used it later on for business. She's a copycat. But let's continue. All right, so Nell asked what happened at the expo, like I said. Tisha says a lot of businesses were there that I never knew about, like I just said, which was then the open door for them to continue the fraud. Okay. But then Tisha says that she is always doing things in the community and for the community. So if you're that much into the community, then some of these things and some of these people you're going to know if you're that into the community and you are doing so much for the community. Because from what we're hearing, Tisha's always having events and always out in the community. So how is it that half of these people that came in little old Huntsville in this event that you guys have put together in little small Huntsville, you don't know none of these people? You ain't in no community. You might be driving through the community trying to figure out where Marceau is when he telling you he working and he really working in the hotel in room 469 with his back out with a biatch laying beside him. We'll continue though. So Chris Fletcher, honey, Chris Fletcher let Marceau know that he pretty much knew that he was a real estate broker. How would you not know that? Because this is the same Chris that you asked to cover for you when you were in Atlanta, Georgia, on your bullshit down there, cheating when you told Tisha you was there for work. When the picture, y'all know the picture that came out that showed Marceau in the bed with his back out. So you tried to use Chris Fletcher, the real estate broker that you've known for years because you, him, Marceau, Maurice, all y'all used to hang together. So please spare me with the lies of you didn't know that he was a businessman and what he did. You knew that. You knew that. And Chris Fletcher let you know real quick, you're not about to use me for no alibi, sir. No, because I already got my marriage back together, sir. I'm a deacon in the church. I ain't been out here cheating. If you want to be out here on your bullshit and cheating on Tisha, do so. But you will not drag my name in your bullshit. And Tisha knew it was bullshit because when she drove to Black, y'all remember the scene when she drove to Black to sit in the car to talk to Marceau, she sat there and started crying. So that's how I know she knew that he was out doing some outlandish shit and that was him in the picture. And you let him sit there and lie in your face and say, I was down there with Fletch. I was down there with Fletch. And Fletch said he wasn't with you but a couple of hours. So what you doing in a hotel room when your ass supposed to been at work? Let's continue. Marceau is a liar. Marceau knows, like I said, that Chris and Nell Fletcher are very successful. Look where they live. They've already shown their house on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Y'all live in Huntsville together. You mean to tell me that you've known Chris all these years and you've never been to his house? You've never seen where he lives and how he lives. You've never seen him pull up in a nice car. Hello? It's well known. Hell, I don't even live in Huntsville, but I know he sells a whole lot of houses. Marceau is intimidated by anyone that's more successful than him. Okay? He could invite, like I said, he likes to be around successful people, but he will never give you the credit for it because that diminishes who he thinks he is. And that's why he never gives Melody the credit because it makes him feel, it bruises his ego to know that another woman can step past him and be more successful and then know more than him. He'll never give Melody that credit because she's a woman. He don't respect women. He don't respect women. But I respect Chris Fletcher for stepping up and putting him in his place and letting him know, man, you lying. First of all, you know who I am. And I already told you that my wife owned daycare. So stop with the bullshit. All right. Moving right along to the next scene. They're at Tiffany's event. Okay. Tiffany gets there. Nothing is set up. Okay, she's annoyed, but she said, hey, let's go ahead and get this popping. She puts on her pink gloves and she gets back there. She starts helping set up the event with the event planner, as well as the caterers, to get the food and everything else set up. There was no balloons put up. There was no tablecloths on the table. There was nothing actually done. And the event was set to start like very, very soon. So they had to get to popping. So because people were starting to come in. All right. Like I said, the food and stuff wasn't ready. The lady was back there making what was it? Shit, I don't remember. But anyway, so the planner says that it was raining, so they weren't able to bring everything in at that time. So it kind of pushed everything back. Waffles, okay? The event planner and the other lady was back there making waffles. Tiffany walked in. She was like, oh, I might have to get me a waffle. I was like, girl, no, you might want to start over there on the balloons. So Stormy then arrives shortly thereafter, okay? And she kind of jumps in to help because she sees a lot of things are not being done as well. And people are starting to come in, all right? Kimmy then comes in and she asks, okay, why are things not set up? Like, what's going on? The event is set to start here in a few and ain't nothing done, okay? Kimmy says that I don't think that I'm early. She says, and the place is not ready yet. So she kind of points out different things that are not done that needs to be done. And I'm thinking, okay, this is a great time for you to put your purse down while you're picking things out and maybe help, okay? With your messy, two-faced ass. We're going to get into that too. So Kimmy then asked about Ace, okay? She asked Tiffany about Ace, and when Mel, that's when Mel kind of came in and kind of spoke. Mel came in and spoke to everybody. Stormy obviously is still in her feelings about something because she pretended to be looking in her purse for something to avoid speaking to Mel, which she did not speak to Mel, and Mel pointed that out in her confessional. She says, oh, ain't it amazing how people automatically have to look in their purse to act like they're looking for something to avoid speaking to me, which is what Stormy did, okay? She's still pressed because Mel won't give her that number, and she got to call her on social media when she's supposed to be her friend. But anywho, so Mel says that she's excited to be there. And even though she's already met Ace, which she wasn't supposed to tell that because Tiffany lets her know, says, you weren't supposed to tell that, okay? So Mel was like, oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't supposed to tell that. So that was kind of funny. So then Tiffany goes on to say that she spoke to Tisha and that she pretty much wasn't ready, okay? Kimmy says she spoke to Tisha and that she wasn't ready. And she was also asking, was everyone invited? So Kimmy wanted to know, was everyone actually invited to the said event? All right. Tiffany says, yeah, everyone is invited. Okay. Then Kimmy made it seem like Tisha might not come. Okay. She says the last time that Tiffany saw Tisha, that they weren't okay because of the back and forth that was going on. Y'all remember, okay? But my thing is this. This is my thing. Kimmy is very two-faced because you just shot a scene where you were at Tisha's little apartment over there, okay? Talking about Stormy, you were talking about Tiffany, then you shows up to her event like you just buddy with her when you just got done talking shit about her. If somebody paid me $1,000, I wouldn't even know what Tiffany does. But you show up to her event to eat her free food, drink up her alcohol, and then you act like you're a friend. Okay. Then you stand there being all fake, knowing that Tisha already told you that she probably ain't coming because she really don't want to fraternize with them in the first place. So you sitting there fake as hell because you already know that Tisha may or may not show up because she already told you that when you took your little dizzy ass up over there. All right. So Kimmy, honey, she says that the original concept was the core 6, okay, with the 6 people. Did I skip something? Oh, yeah, I did. I'm sorry. So Tiffany tells Kimmy, she says that I just had questions about the expo. She says that why? She said, was I not on? She said, why was I just sitting there on the front row? Tiffany wanted to be able to sit up on the stage with them and talk about her business and what it is that she does. Because everybody keeps saying they don't know what Tiffany does. They don't know what she do. But she's already made it known that her last business venture, she made over $1 million. So obviously she knows what she's doing. All right. So Kimmy then interrupts Tiffany and says that as opposed to on the stage, she's saying that you meant that you want to be on stage versus sitting on the front row. Tiffany was like, yeah, I mean, that was cute and all. She was trying to be sarcastic. So then Stormy says, why was she on the front row? Because y'all know Stormy is her guard dog now. She friends with her now. So she's speaking up for Tiffany, okay? So Kimmy was like, well, it wasn't my event to even tell you that, okay? It's not my event to be able to tell you why you won't sitting on the stage to be able to get up there and talk, okay? So then Tiffany goes on to say that it was supposed to be the comeback group, the 6. She says then it was the 6 plus Stormy, okay? So then Kimmy goes on to say that the original concept was the core 6, meaning 6 people. So then Stormy says, because of the way that it turned out, she says that I could have been on the front row with Tiffany, which she's still pressed and upset about this $100 that Marceau confronted her with. Okay. So then Kimmy says that, what are you talking about? She says that, how did it turn out? Okay. So then Stormy says that it was a pretty much a shit show. She says, and then when you get into it for $100 for a booth, she said, you already know what it is. So then Mel is looking like, what are you talking about? So Mel is kind of giving her that look like, girl, what you talking about $100? All right, so then she asked Stormy, she said, who you get into it with? Melody asked Stormy, who you get into it with for $100? Because y'all know Mel ain't really got no beef with her. So she's trying to engage and have conversation. So Stormy says, with Marceau. So then, of course, production rolls tape back to where Marceau is confronting Stormy about the $100 to where he asked her about this $100. So then Stormy says that it was just spiraling. She says that you asked me to come and speak, and then you tell me to get a booth, okay? Then Stormy asked Kimmy, she says, didn't he say that I want everybody to get a booth? So he asked them to get a booth so he can turn around and ask them for $100. Y'all see where the fraud is coming in at? How you ask me to do something and then turn around and out of the blue just ask me to pay for the shit when you ain't mentioned it in the meeting, but then say, oh, it was on the World Wide Web. Well, if we're in a meeting, I would think that you would tell me there. Why I need to log on for some shit when I'm sitting in a whole meeting with you? Fraud. But anyway, Kimmy reluctantly says, oh, I agree. Like he did ask us to get a booth. I agree. So she is agreeing with Stormy. All right. So Stormy asked Kimmy, she says that, did you have to pay for your booth? So Kimmy responded, here's the thing. Okay. I'm like, see, we don't need a long drawn out answer. It's a yes or a no. She said, here's the thing. When we went to lunch, she says, I didn't know that we paid. She says, however, when I told Maurice, okay, about the situation, he says that they told him to pay too. She says, I literally had just found out. Now, y'all know Tisha and Marceau and Kimmy and Maurice are like this, and they talk about everything. So I'm willing to believe, Kimmy, you know a little bit more than you telling. You just don't want to say because you don't want to be thrown out there as the Scott one that done went out here and told some shit you weren't supposed to say in a group with these people right here, okay? You don't want to be known as the one that's done spilled the beans and told some shit you weren't supposed to tell. Over here fraternizing with the people that they really don't fraternize with. But Tiffany says, hopefully Tisha made enough money, okay, and made as much as she wanted to make. I was like, that's what it is right there, and that's what that worked. So then Nell Fletcher actually comes in, okay, all right, she comes in, she greets everybody, she meets Tiffany's mom, and I think her grandmother was there as well. She's hugging everybody, she's kumbaya, she's, hey guys, hey y'all doing, hey girl, how you doing, hey girl, I ain't seen you in a minute, how you doing? She's on that, okay. So then Kimmy and Stormy, they sit and talk, okay. Kimmy says, I thought you met and discussed that you all were good, talking about Tisha. Now, you know they're not good because, like I said, you just came from Tisha's apartment where you just heard Tisha say that she ain't fooling with ain't fooling with Tisha or with Tiffany. She's not fooling with Stormy or Tiffany no more because of the situation that happened at the luncheon that y'all were at. All right. So Stormy said that I thought we were good, but I guess not. Okay. So Kimmy, like I said, you already know what it is, but you're just trying to be nosy and be two-faced while you're trying to sit here and play like you are trying to make everybody be on the kumbaya when you already know what Tisha's head is. Tisha done told she ain't fooling with them. She don't want to fool with them. She don't want to be around them. She don't even know if she's coming to the event. Y'all remember. Tisha was like, I gotta pray about it, as if you pray anyway, girl. But moving on. So Kimmy is being very two-faced again, like I said, and she sat around and Tisha's talking about them, but now you sitting down trying to play like you the peacemaker and play the peacemaker's role when you already know what it is, Kimmy. How convenient. All right, so the Stormy says that I was just deflated, child. Okay. She says about Tisha, about, me and Tisha being all good. I was just deflated, child. So Kimmy says, so when Tisha comes today, are you still going to be deflated? And Stormy was like, why wouldn't I be? Like, bitch, ain't nothing changing because Tisha come. Who is Tisha? If I was deflated before she got here, bitch, I'm going to be more deflated when she gets here. All right. Yes, so that's what she was saying. So Nell and Melody actually sits down to catch up and have a conversation. And I think we have that conversation, honey. All right. Yes, we do. So now, like I said, Nell and Mel, they sit down, and Nell is letting Mel know what happened with the conversation between Tisha and Marcel with the double date that they just went to. All right, let me make sure we turn it all the way up so y'all can hear.
I come by the daycare to see you. I thought about you the other day. Okay, well, make sure you come by.
Pop up on you.
We'll pop up tomorrow.
Okay.
Come by tomorrow. I'll be at work tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll find something to do. But I had dinner with Scotts, Marcel and Tish.
Oh,
Tish.
did you?
Yes. So we was trying to clear the air about the expo.
Okay. Did y'all get it cleared?
I think we got it cleared.
Okay.
We kind of went back and forth. Tish, she wants to move forward, but she really don't know how she feel about letting me in because of my friendship. Kind of feel with you.
So it sounds like
Right.
And I told her, this is not high school. We're not in college. We're grown women.
Right.
What me and Mel do shouldn't have nothing to do with what me and you do.
Well, first let me say this. You and I, our friendship didn't have any variance when it came to you guys patronizing their business and hanging at their establishment, right?
Right.
They didn't put you out because you're friends with me, right?
Correct.
So it sounds like,
Yeah, it does. But I think we probably going to be in a good space. I don't know how they're going to feel after I drop this tea or what he said about the expo and you're not speaking.
you're not speaking?
Yeah, Marcel said that he
Why
didn't
was he
say.
talking about me?
Well, we all got into this conversation of who spoke, who didn't speak, and he just brought up he just didn't feel like he should have to pay anybody to speak, especially you all. He didn't think you guys were professional enough, and he specifically said if anybody was going to get paid, it should have been Maurice or either Stormy because their business been open longer. And I said, well, I don't know if I totally agree.
If we're gonna not throw jabs, then let's not throw jabs because we all can throw some jabs. Like I could say, well, I don't want to be on a stage or participate in an expo with people calling themselves business people who have a $5-point-something million lawsuit for fraud. How about that? And truth be told, I've been running a business since 2008. Why are you so worried about my coins?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Just be happy of the coins that I'm putting in your pocket because I had a dream and a vision. Just say thank you.
Yeah, it was a t-shirt
Like,
shade for me.
Last I checked, they got sweatshirts for sale that say black across them. So what's your point? Last I checked, your wife was selling mugs that said the blueprint, my life on it.
Right.
So miss me with the little jab stuff. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
I put several checks in your pocket. So for you not to want to pay, that's your choice. I don't have no problem. Like, I wasn't even going to take it personal. But then don't be trying to low-key attack me on the slide personally either. I think it's so pathetic and absurd for these men, these black men, to continue to try to belittle and attack black women that they see being successful. It's lame, it's whack, it's petty, and they pathetic. And I'll tell them that they face.
Oh, I had to do the hand, y'all. I was feeling that. I was like, oh, let me help you read. Male girl, you was doing this, girl. You was reading, girl. You was reading with your good glasses on over there, girl. Yes, you were. Let's get it on into this thing, child. So y'all know honey, Tisha, y'all know she is petty, child, like a little schoolgirl, honey. Y'all know Tisha don't let nothing go. Tisha is going to hold on to everything, child. So she sat right there co-signing the bullshit with Marcel when he was throwing jabs at Mel, knowing good and well, like I said before, that Mel did everything to help them out. So Tisha, you done went and stole all Mel's little business ideas and try to make them your own, girl. We already know. So yes, you out here, honey, with acting like your mama out here with her old raggedy mustache out here. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And like your raggedy mama out here with that old mustache out here talking about the peoples. And Melody is letting you know. At the end of the day, don't be talking about my business. Don't talk about me. I'm very successful. I had businesses way before Holt and Hope, baby. And we already know Mel businesses be popping. Everything that she do be popping. We already know that. And the Scotts already know that. But they would never, like I said, give Mel that credit because, you know, then that makes them look stupid. But at the end of the day, Melody exposed them and confirmed that they are under this $5.5 million lawsuit for fraud and misrepresentation. Okay, so thank you, Mel, for putting that out there because they live to say that they are not being sued for that. But thank you, Mel, for putting it on out there and saying that they are. I was feeling it. All right. Melody also exposed Tisha for stealing business ideas, like I said, and making money from it. And Melody, she snapped and told what happened with Tisha and Marceau, talking about her and her businesses when they are struggling with show and every damn thing else. Okay. Y'all ain't got no furniture in your house, so y'all can stop it. Okay. Stop it. A renovated house from Rent-A-Center with no furniture. Okay. Yeah. That people already done sat on. And if y'all don't pay that bill, Rent-A-Center gonna be come to pick that shit up. All right, so Mel, I was feeling Mel letting Marceau and them have it, putting their ass out there, reading them down. And thank you, Nell, for being a good friend and coming and letting her know what was being said about her, because that's what a friend does. A lot of people say, well, Nell probably shouldn't. No, that's what a friend does. If somebody's talking shit about me, let me know. That's what a friend does. Let me know. And then however I choose to deal with it after that, that's on me. But as a friend, come let me know. Don't ask my neighbor. Come to me. All right. So, yeah, they are jealous of Mel, child, that Mel has surpassed them, honey. And Tisha, honey, you are upset and pressed as well, honey, like you just got out the cleaners. But let's continue, all right? Now, of course, you guys know that is, let's see. Okay, so next episode is, of course, they're at the event. Tisha arrives, honey, with her 3T denim jumpsuit on, child, okay? Did I say next episode? Yeah. So the episode ends there. But coming up on the next episode, Tisha, they're at Tiffany's event. Tisha arrives, honey, in her 3D denim jumpsuit, child. And Kimmy brings up the expo to get the girls to kind of clear their differences, because, of course, y'all know there's some tension in the room between Tisha and Stormy and Tiffany, okay? So once again, Kimmy is playing peacemaker when she has been talking junk about the people, okay, with Tisha. So she's trying to play peacemaker. Kimmy says, we should get everyone together because it's a good thing to get feedback. Tisha over there stuffing her face, baby, like she ain't got no food at home and she ain't ate in 1,000 years, honey. She's stuffing her mouth and she says, I don't need no feedback. She said, feedback. I don't need no feedback. Y'all know it's feedback. Now, that's what they taught me at the school house. But Tisha says, trying to be a smart ass, when Kimmy says that we need to all get together because it's good that everybody gets some feedback, Tisha says, I don't need no feedback. Like B-A-T, feedback. I was like, girl, what the hell is that? No, you need speech therapy, Tisha. You might not need no feedback, but baby, you do need some speech therapy, okay? Take it from me and everybody else, all right? I promise you do. All right, so Tisha gets up with her attitude and says, oh, I'm over this. She says, to me, it's really giving like hater vibes across the room. Hating on what, girl? Hating on what, girl? Who is in a hurry to be sued for $5.5 million? Who is in a hurry to do that? Who is in a hurry to not have no furniture in their house, girl? Who is in a hurry to be out here broke, busted, and disgusted? Who is in a hurry to be out here getting read down every time they turn around? Who is in a hurry to be out here getting BBL after BBL and mommy makeover after mommy makeover just for you to be sitting here eating up everything that you can see because you're depressed and stressed out because your husband child is looking at everybody else but you, and you done been sliced and diced and chopped and screwed on the surgery table more than Thanksgiving turkey? Let me get your ass to bobblehead. Okay. Yeah. Who is hating on that? Somebody let me know. Who is hating? Who is in a hurry to be hating on you, Tisha? Nobody, because you a distressed mean girl. Moving on, child. Moving on. Now, Kimmy asked Tiffany, child, says that you invited Kiki. So Tiffany kind of looks like, child, not really. No new friends. That's the look that she was giving her. So Kiki and her husband, child, next scene they show Kiki and her husband they're in the kitchen. They're discussing why Kiki did not show up to the event. So Kiki wound up not going to the event, and we already know why. Kiki did not come to the event because she didn't want to answer no questions, because y'all know as soon as they saw her ass, they were going to bombard her about this situation, about this damn thievery that her ass was on and her being on Crime Stoppers. Y'all already know. All right, so Kiki says whenever they was asked did she go, she was saying that I really wanted to go and I intended on going, but I was just too sick. Oh, okay, Kiki. Now we know you was not sick, girl. Okay. Now one day your back is hurting so bad and you just hurting all over. You got to go to the emergency room. This particular day you just hurting so bad and you just so sick, and it came at a convenient time when you were supposed to show your ass up at this event, and you thought about it and you said, hey, I'm not going to go there because I'm not going to be facing these girls and answering no questions. So you decided not to go because you were probably embarrassed and you didn't want to be answering all these damn questions. respectfully, I can respect that. But girl, I feel like you was lying right there, okay? We already know that you did not want to be around them and talk about Crime Stoppers. So you were not sick. But then her husband, being the husband that he is, child, because y'all know your husband's supposed to take up for you. And he indeed was a great liar too, because he says that it's been an issue though with your indigestion. I was like, you know what? Shut your ass up. Ain't no indigestion wrong with this girl. Go in there and drink you a ginger ale and sit your ass down and reflect on why you continue to be in the bullshit you in. All right. Kiki, honey, says that people coming down on me as if it's all my fault, child. Okay, Kiki. All right. So moving on to the next scene. I ain't gonna stay on the child because I was just like, that's some total bullshit. Just say you didn't want to go because you didn't want to answer no questions. You were not sick, and goodbye. So Nell and Mel, child, they meet up, and Nell's at Nell's daycare, okay, to discuss, because Nell was like, bitch, I'm gonna show y'all today I got a business. So of course, next episode they're gonna show Nell and Mel filming in Nell's daycare. She's like, bitch, y'all gonna see a daycare today, okay? So that's where they filmed this scene. So Nell and Mel, they meet up at Nell's daycare to discuss Tisha and Marceau. Nell tells Mel, she says that Tisha can't take constructive criticism. You know that, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. So Mel says, my issue ain't really with Tisha, it's with her husband, Marceau, okay? He shouldn't have been saying shh about me or my business. And she said the S-H-I-T word because she was mad. And I'm fully for it, Mel. Say your shh, okay? So Melody then, Kimmy speaks to, a next scene where Kimmy speaks to Maurice, okay? And tells him, she says, this money thing is kind of growing legs, okay? This money thing is growing legs. Everybody's talking about this money thing with the Black Expo. All right. Maurice says, why? He says, I gave him $100 in cash, talking about Marceau. Kimmy then says, let me give you a spin on that. Says that Marceau said that nobody paid nothing. Here we go again. Marceau said nobody paid nothing. So where's the lie? I'm going to say in Marceau's mouth, okay? Now, Maurice then says that I need to talk to Marceau because at the end of the day, bitch, I gave you $100. Where my $100? If nobody else ain't paid, then why you pressing me for $100? I'm going to need that 100 back up off you. That's kind of what it was given, all right? Mm-hmm. That's what it gave me. So Marceau, like I said, he always gets Alzheimer's, child, when it comes to something about some money and some shit that he do that he know he ain't supposed to be doing. But then again, next scene is where Mel meets up with Marceau to talk to him and clear him out, honey, for mentioning her name and being messy. All right. So Melody says to Marceau, says, you know that I do have the t-shirts, right? So Marceau says that I don't have a high opinion of the product's business. Mel says, is you trying me, Marceau? So she getting his ass together. She says, and I'm not here for it, okay? And she's dead ass on him with that. So Melody says, and you are she says, and you trying to sit here and diminish what I do as a businesswoman, okay? So they're kind of arguing back and forth, trading words back and forth, okay? So Melody says that I have several successful businesses. So quit playing with me, Marceau. And she's on that. So Marceau, he kind of sits there looking at Melody's child because Melody is reading his ass down. He had no words. Melody shut. When I tell you Melody shut his ass all the way down in the next episode coming up, I was all the way here for it. Okay. Yes, God, I was. All right. Marceau was not ready for Mel to be reading his ass down and checking him like she did. And he tried to overtalk her like he does Tisha and everybody else. But Mel stood her ground and shut his ass down to where he had no words. And I was here for it because that's what his ass need. He feels like he can run over women and disrespect women and that women don't have a voice. And anytime somebody try to check him, he try to fast talk and overtalk. But Melody did not allow him to do that. And I had all the respect for her for that, okay? Mel was like, you can shut Tisha up, but you will not shut me up. And she stood her ground, and I was very happy that she did, okay? So, of course, y'all know, like I said, Melody started showing. If it wasn't for that, then Marceau would not have a business because they could not. I mean, hell, if you could have started on your own, you'd have did that when you got fired from the movie theater for being inappropriate with somebody there. I mean, do I need to go ahead and spell it out? Because we can do that if we need to. But hey, that's it. This episode, I would give it, guys, a 6. Okay, I would give this episode a 6. It was pretty good. I was happy that Melody. I'm glad. I like this Melody. I like this new Melody where she's speaking up. Because y'all know before Melody was really quiet. She wasn't speaking out. She was kind of to herself. She was kind of letting everything just kind of go over her head. But now she is speaking up. She is putting people in their place. She is checking people, and we're gonna talk about that tomorrow in Car Chronicles. I don't even want to spoil it, baby. I've been looking at this like, Mel, you better clear the girls, girl. So yes, I am happy that Mel is actually speaking up and speaking for herself, and not allowing people to continue to run over her and play her like she can't get them together, because that's indeed what she did to Marcel. All right, but thank y'all for being here. Oh, 960. Y'all better stop playing with me in here today. 960 in the building. Let's get the likes up a little bit more. We got 588 likes. I'm loving what I'm seeing over here, honey, with the head count and these likes. Y'all are doing good up in here. Thank y'all for coming in and joining me tonight for this review for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay, yes. So please hit the like for me if you have not. Hit it on your way in, or hit it on your way out if you didn't hit it on your way in. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed the show. I will be here tomorrow for Car Chronicles. I got some great topics for you guys tomorrow as well. All right. Thank you, Moz, for doing such a great job. Thank you so much, Caramellians, for coming over and supporting the channel. Okay. Love you guys all the way that way. Until tomorrow. Goodbye.